Set for release on July 31st from developer Box Frog Games and publisher Too Awesome Studio. Lost Wing is a fast-paced arcade-style racer where you're not racing against other ships or time, but it's one hell of a race nonetheless. Thanks to the publishers for the review code. Lost Wing at first glance will remind you of games like F-Zero, Fast Racing Neo, and maybe even Riptide GP, but this time it's just you and your razor-sharp reflexes. One slip up and it's over. Lost Wing has no story. You race in 3 worlds, each with several levels. These levels include a campaign where at the end of a long run you'll face off against a boss. There are challenge levels, which includes going through hoops, survival, and if you stick it out, a boss rush mode. Lost Wing is governed by a charge system. Everything revolves around these charges. Every shot you take depletes your charge. There's a slowdown mechanic which is used instead of brakes. The ship does not slow down, time does. And use of this feature also depletes your charge. You're also encouraged to go fast, as speed replenishes charge, as well as these orbs you collect while racing. The controls are tight, as they should be for a game like this, as one false move and you either lose a wing or both, and then you're done. Lost Wing is described by the publishers as a shot of pure, unadulterated adrenaline, and while I have played other games in this genre that moves faster, I would have to agree with the publishers on this one. Because while this may not be the most high-speed experience I've ever had, it did do a good job of having me cuss like a sailor with some hair-pulling moments, if I had any hair to pull. Lost Wing is an unforgivingly difficult game that requires patience, tolerance, and a lot of cat-like reflexes. I have played my fair share of challenging games, but this one tops the list for 2020 so far. As you progress through the levels, you're able to unlock new ships and the levels. The problem here is, I saw no significant differences between the various ships. Unlocking a new ship does not equate success. I would have loved to see more diversity, more reason for the grind. And this also extends to the items you pick up along the way. You have these smart bombs that you can stock up on. Those are useful for getting you out of a pinch. And I explained the charges, but the other items that you pick up are limited to points, which are fine, an automated attack drone that does very little damage, something that makes your ship larger, which helps in no way, shape, or form, only serves to make your ship a bigger target and harder to maneuver through tight spaces. There's an item that shrinks your ship, which is in fact useful. There's an item that flips the camera. Now this only serves to disorient you, and help me in no way at all. And then there are your recovery wing items. Now I'll get back to the recovery wings, which is the biggest problem in this game so far. But with these items, do you notice a pattern here? Lost Wing seems to have been designed by a sadist, as half your pickup items only serve to make this already challenging game harder. And if this is what the devs were going for, then I must say job well done. Back on the recovery wings. Like the name suggests, this game is about your wings. Your wings kinda serve as your life bar, kinda, as you can still get obliterated with just one hit if it's in the center of the ship. But you can take a hit on either side and lose a wing. When you lose a wing, it slows your craft down significantly. So you pick up a recovery wing and then your wings are regenerated. This sounds fine and dandy, but here's the problem. And to be honest with you, I really don't get how the devs could have made this slide. Every single time that I touched a wing recovery item, the game lagged. There's a second or a split-second glitch where the game pauses every single time. For a game that's based on speed and precision, this is totally unacceptable, and I hope the devs patch this ASAP, preferably before release. I've only played this on the Switch, so I don't know if this happens on the more powerful consoles as well, but regardless, it's an unacceptable flaw. It totally throws me off every time it happens. I can't tell you how many times the song "Take These Broken Wings" played over and over in my head. Between the unforgiving difficulty and the old school 3 lives in your out mechanic, coupled with the Twitch-like multitasking and decision making needed, this game will keep you on your toes for a while. Where the audio is concerned, Although I'm never that fussy about music, I'll have to say I did not like it. It's very bland and uninspiring. It adds nothing to the experience. And for a fast-paced sci-fi racer like this one, I would have appreciated more upbeat tracks than these. The option to change the tracks on the fly didn't help either, as they all sound very similar. And there is no voice acting. Lost Wing could have done well with this. Not to tell a story, but if every time I picked up an item, a voice told me I had it, that would be great. If every time I ran out of or was running low on charge, there was a voice warning, this would have been so helpful. Because you only need to look away from the track for a fraction of a second, and you're in pieces scattered all about. You have to be mindful of when to boost, when to slow down, when to use a smart bomb, when to jump and do a barrel roll, among other things. It gets hectic fast, so a little voice assist would not have been a bad thing. Or even specific sounds. The bosses I encountered were a bit boring. Not much excitement here, but they serve their purpose, I suppose. The visuals here, while nothing to write home about, got the job done. They're nothing as impressive as, let's say, Fast RMX. They're a bit underwhelming, but still good enough in their own modest way. The ship designs, the tracks, the obstacles, and the bosses. Nothing that will make you go out and tell a friend, but serviceable for its purpose. Lost Wing is a bit light on substance. Could use some better or more useful power-ups. It could also give you more reason to continue this somewhat grindy experience, but it's still a good one. Other than the lag when you receive a wing recovery item, Lost Wing has done no wrong. All my observations are subjective. I'd say it's good, casual arcade-style fun, but it certainly is not casual. So if you're up for a challenge, if you like fast-paced sci-fi racers, then there's no reason not to check this one out. And in this day and age of gaming, my main issue with this could be sorted out in one patch. AAA games are all well and good, but many times, if you'd like a truly unique experience, one off the beaten path, then the indie scene is where you want to be. Show your support for independent game developers. Most, if not all, indie games are priced relatively low. Some are even free with the option to donate, so there's really no reason to pass. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If I pissed you off for some reason, then we all know where to find the various hate buttons, don't we? Either way, I won't hold it against you. Our game is never over.